All right. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back, all my paladins. This is the Paladins Tavern. My name is Joe, and it is great to be back. Tonight is retro game night. I am going to be playing Sonic, Trine, and Castlevania. Let's jump into some Sonic. Let's start a new save slot. My son and I actually enjoy playing this on the PlayStation 4 downstairs. So the whole premise behind this game is Dr. Robotnik is harvesting these crystals, and it zaps Sonic and friends back in time to his best moments. So of course we're starting in Green Hills. So I play Sonic a little bit differently. I don't actually like go nuts with the speed. I try not to. I actually kind of play really super slow and casual. How do you play Sonic? You know, do you just go for? Do you go nuts with it? You know, or do you have like are you slow like me? How do you do that? What are some of your favorite Sonic memories too? Comment below. Let me know. I'll tell you. You know, my wife and I, speaking of like memories from the '90s, we used to love going to Blockbuster Video on like a Friday night just before the weekend started. You know. Get a movie, maybe rent a game, and oh man, it was such a great feeling. You know, we can for free get movies and video games out at the library. So once we figured that out, we were like, oh, we got to take the kids. This way they can have this experience too of it's Friday night and I've got a new video game to play from the library to carry me through the weekend. It's just such a great feeling, and we try and do like really fun stuff, especially like it's right on a Friday night. You know, we like to go to a pizza place. We're trying to recreate some of those amazing childhood moments that, you know, my wife and I had as a kid that just really don't exist anymore. 30-6 jumping into the chat, saying $1 Mountain Dews were fire. Oh yeah, renting Super Nintendo games with a movie was awesome. Yes, there was one Super Nintendo game that I used to rent all the time, Top Gear 3000. It's this racing game for Super Nintendo, and I used to love it because it was the only racing game I knew of at the time where you could like customize your car as you won races. I don't remember that really being a feature, especially racing games at the time. Anyway, I found the game years later and scooped it up, and sure enough, it had an old Blockbuster video sticker on it. That's enough of Sonic. Let's jump into something else. The Castlevania Anniversary Collection. I highly recommend this. Awesome game. It's got the original. It's got Simon's Quest, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania Adventure for the Game Boy, Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge for Game Boy, Castlevania Bloodlines. I think I'm gonna go with Super Castlevania 4 because this is one of my favorite Castlevania games. I think it's probably. It's one of the best, for sure. 30-6 saying, I was baptized and raised Lutheran until my young teens. Then my parents took us to several different non-denominational churches while they sought something with good Bible studies. They struggled with drama, sadly, and would leave for another congregation when people tried guilt tactics. That's no good. Our pastor at our church says all the time, like, you know, he's been burned time and time again when it comes to churches, but he still hasn't given up hope and hasn't given up faith, because ultimately, you know, he doesn't go to church, you know, for the bake sales. You know, he goes to church to worship Jesus. I love the fact that in this game you can go behind the scenes here and avoid stuff. It's pretty incredible game design, especially for the time. Like, that was mind-blowing at the time. Like, whoa, I can go into the background? Whoa. Another good thing about this game is you can actually use the whip to whip upward. Couldn't do that in other Castlevania games. So after this, I think I'm going to play Trine. Another side-scrolling action platformer. But that one's a little bit different, where you get to be 3 characters and swap between them in real time. I don't pick up the holy water. It's just useless. Not a fan. Got the stopwatch mini weapon. Not bad, especially with fighting these floating Medusa heads. Long time Castlevania staple of enemies. Pain in the neck, these things. Yeah, baby, did you see that? Woo! Yes! Man, could you imagine a spider that size coming down at you from a tree? We got a big spider hanging out at our back door. I was just looking at this thing. I'm like, that thing is huge, man. It's big for New York. It's like the size of like a $50. I was looking at it like, I am not going anywhere near that thing. So I commented on it while coming into the house, and Jenny was like, no, wait, what? Where is it? I said, no, it's outside. She goes, it's not coming in the house, is it? Like, no, it's not coming in the house. It's just out there. Lady of Arn. Well, you announced its presence while coming in the door, and it wasn't clear if it came in with you. Your reaction is always highly entertaining. Man, there's a big spider out there. No, wait, really? Is it coming out here? You know what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna throw on Trine for the last bits of this stream. So we start off with the thief. So like I said before, this game has 3 characters. She's an archer. She's got this really cool, really awesome grappling hook. The grappling hook skill is really cool. Then there's the knight, heavy armor, sword and shield, kind of a fella. His shield has like some special powers. Can use objects, pull them toward him. It's like a magnetic object, like a magnetic force almost on the shield. And then the wizard, who's able to create cubes, platforms, small floating pyramids, and you can use those to pick them up and bash enemies with, or set them up in the levels and get around obstacles. As I play, you'll see it.
A wizard is never late. Frodo Baggins knows he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Sir Ian.
Wizard, you shall not pass!
Sir Ian. You do know I am not actually a wizard. What I would do is I would show up on the day they asked me to, and I would pretend to be a wizard. Boop. Oh, really? Come on. I feel like I'm cleaning out somebody's attic over here. So one of the cool things is, right, I told you he makes objects, right? So here's a cube. Boop. I can make a second cube. Can't make a second cube yet. Well, later on in the game, I'll be able to make a second cube. He's got the ability here to sort of manipulate objects. It's a lot of fun to to use the wizard. The problem with him, though, is that he's very weak in combat, so you really got to be careful. This next guy is my favorite guy. Just a big old burly sword shield-wearing knight.
This was his chance to be the bravest knight of all.
Yeah, for as big and clunky as he is too, he actually jumps pretty well. So the whole thing about this is you could play most of this game as one character. But if you master all 3, you could find fun and interesting ways to solve the puzzles that are in each level. You could also just let the enemies kill themselves with the physics engine. That's one way of going about it. Oh.
Oh, that's just great.
Okay. See a little secret over here. What's that? Health potion, mana potion, some XP. That's cool. The platforming in this game is a lot of fun too. This is a tricky little jump there. If you don't think to use the thief to lower yourself down, you're most likely going to get fall into that spike trap. Oh, wow. What a catch. Holy smokeroons, man.